Swarna, you said, is it okay to practice being thoughtless, empty of all the narrative? Absolutely. That's one component of our main practice. Thoughtless being, being present even when thoughts are absent. Instead of analyzing experience, projecting a future, reminiscing a past, constantly creating a self reference. I am this person for whom these things matter. I'm this person who's thinking about trying to get over there, trying to get away from here. Instead of all of this psychological chatter, simply being and being aware that I am. In all the psychological chatter, it never occurs to us the fact that I am. In absence of thought, automatically, we are open to the simple noticing, simple recognition. Wow, I am. Experience is appearing, being known. There's an aliveness, an awareness, a beingness, so much more real than the thoughts which come and go and what they say. Someone in the YouTube comments a few days ago said, isn't, because in that video I said something like you are prior to the arising of thought. So someone commented with a question. They said, isn't that also a thought, that you are prior to thought? And so, yes, it's true that that is a thought when we verbalize it. But here and now, when you let go of all thought, all verbalization, all language, what still remains? Recognize that without needing to verbalize it. That is prior to thought. That is what sees thoughts come and go, even the thought, I am prior to thought. The ongoing narrative, the ongoing chatter is what keeps our deeper convictions and belief systems supplied with fuel. Like the deeper belief systems, our whole conceptual framework of what life is, who I am, things we don't really think about on a daily basis, but they are just hardened beliefs. They ex- they sustain themselves through constant chatter about daily life, about my position in the world, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, constantly thinking about things that have already happened. All this seemingly harmless chatter, it is keeping intact your entire conceptual framework of reality. So now, when the instruction is given to us, be present, you are in a way attacking the fuel source of illusion. We are taking away the fuel source, and that's how clarity begins to shine automatically. And these belief systems, which were previously hardened and solidified, they become more malleable. They start to come under our recognition. Previously, they just operated as self. Now they start to come under our recognition. They start to be known. let go of identification with, our strong convictions about what life is, who I am, they start to become weaker. It's all a work of silence. Silence is the teaching. And on the surrender teaching front, what keeps the what keeps fueling illusion is endless wanting. The more you want the world, the more illusion is satisfied. It can sustain itself because it is always selling us the next experience and the next experience. Greater personal status, more wealth, more pleasure, more praise, more fame, more happiness. So as we begin to surrender and let go of engaging in attachment and aversion, instead we start to allow whatever the contents of the current experience are. And we're no longer in just a state of craving for what we do not have and fearing what may come. We are just open to anything and everything, totally allowing of what is and totally willing to experience what may come. That starts to take away the fuel source of illusion. It destabilizes your belief systems, your misunderstandings. The ego starts to become transparent. It's all the work of silence and non resistance. Once these teachings have found us, we no longer have to worry about spiritual progress. We no longer have to worry about, oh my God, will I ever awaken? Will I ever realize the self? Will I ever become enlightened? Will I ever grow in this? Will these teachings really be experienced by me? If this teaching has found you, consider that the only sign you need. Now we just devote ourselves entirely to the practice and leave all the results over to life. We consider this work our main work in life now. Everything you do personally is like your secondary work. It is your personal purpose. This becomes your real purpose. And everything else revolves around this. And everything else treat as an avenue to this. Your marriage, your relationships, your work, your daily life, everything is an avenue. All these different unique circumstances and situations will present to you different ways that you have to embody this wisdom and grow in it, in its understanding more and more deeply. And feel the comfort of being touched by God in this way. You know, God's grace is so fully shining on you. Only that's why these teachings are arising. Only that's the only reason why you may even be resonating with them, where you may feel comforted by them, where you feel the truthfulness in them. Even if you struggle with the practice, even just like feeling this message, feeling its truthfulness is a big deal. God is closer than you think. God's grace is shining deeply. Pleasant experiences doesn't mean, oh, God's great, God is good. That's what we say in daily life, in conventional daily life. When things are going our way, we're like, God is good, God is good. You hear that all the time. Here, at least in the States, that's an expression. God is good. And it's only people only say that when like uh they're getting a lot of good things in their life. But here in the spiritual path, you're now seeing that it's not just when things are pleasant that God is good. Oftentimes, when things are most unpleasant, that is when God is most giving. That's why he's given you such an experience to be able to grow in this insight, grow closer to God.